Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to my Minecraft's Let's Play. Last time we started with blood magic, and as you can see over there I built myself the framework for an altar, or tier 6 altar already. A massive black cube that's going to be used for sacrificing mobs in it, and a mysterious dirt block that will be explained shortly. On the moment it's configured with self-sacrifice runes because I prefer to go that way in the first few tiers because it's easier, and in generally I don't have the resources because I started a little bit too early with it in general. But now I already had the resources, but I was just lazy. But for this episode I'm thinking about automating this place with a sacrificing place I'm thinking about upgrading this place with a sacrificing pit. Well, ritual, not much of a pit. This place in here is going to be where I'm going to place some spawners that will spawn monsters, and then we're going to engage a ritual to actually kill the mobs for us. We're going to replace these runes of self-sacrifice with runes of sacrifice. I already prepared them in here, but we first need to do a couple of things before we can actually put that in place. So let's get started, shall we, with making ourselves the stuff we need to create this ritual. And the easiest way to do this is with a ritual diviner. And I want that lever. Those things are... I can already take them with me. I especially need that diamond dolly. The ritual diviner. Oh, it's an NDIO. Blood magic. The ritual diviner allows you to place the ritual without having to place everything yourself, so it's really useful. But it requires these inscription tools, which require magma cream, gas tier, lapis block and an obsidian block to be infused in the altar. So let's start with that. Oh. I also topped off the altar already, so... Oh, I need that. That. So there is plenty of LP in here for the moment. Let's take divination sigil. Can already craft these 25 runes of sacrifice that are going to be lined up in here. Oh, I need an empty hand. Don't need a rapier for now. Water. That turns into air. The obsidian turns into earth, and the magma cream turns into fire. This is mostly just to speed up the placing process of the ritual, because else you have to place them all manual, and that's much too much work to be, well, interesting, fun or entertaining or anything, and I constantly have to check the wiki to actually find out what the fuck they want me to do. So... yeah, it's empty. Ritual diviner. Oh, yeah, because these things are equipments, of course, or they can take damage, so they need to be placed in their manual. It's air, fire, earth, water. Air, fire, earth, and water. And that's our ritual diviner. Eventually you can upgrade these to place dusk runes and dawn runes. Those are, yeah, not so much better runes, but you need those runes for higher level rituals with more interesting effects. But this allows us to place the ritual relatively easily. But now we just need to make the rituals themselves. Now, the rituals are made with these ritual stones. Rituals. Yeah. Great. It's another one of these. Just like this, I believe. Ritual stones. I need a bit more obsidian, maybe. Oh well, we see how far we can go. Then you must place it into, or make a master ritual stone that actually does the ritual. And yeah, like I said, we need a bit more obsidian. Well, we have a nice farm downstairs that allows us just go there and hopefully it's regrown a bit. Yes, it has. Get some obsidian essence. Oh. The jetpack interferes a little bit with the elevators, but it's worth the hassle. Turn that into obsidian. And then we can make the master ritual stone, which is like that. This is the thing on which all your rituals are placed upon, and now we go to the reason why there is a dirt block hovering here, because I want to center this ritual right there. Okay, remove the dirt block, it's no longer necessary. Now we're going to shift right click until we find the ritual of the well of suffering. Should be right there, and then we just right click on the master ritual stone and it's going to build it for us, consuming ritual stones out of my inventory. Oh, that's... Ritual... Oh, I skipped over it again. Like you can see, there are a lot of... Okay, at the moment we see Ritual the Shepherd, I need to stop. That should be the Well of Suffering. This is not the entire ritual. Is something blocking it? Shouldn't be. Should be more to it. Okay, let me check the wiki for a moment and see what's wrong. Welcome back. I checked the wiki and I found out why it doesn't want to continue. It requires 4 dusk wounds, which is a bit of annoyance, because for dusk wounds we need to upgrade this ritual definer. Where's the ritual definers? With the first one, which requires 2 dusk wounds of dusk elemental inscription tool dusk and then demonic slate, which required tier 4 altars. So I was going a bit too fast for our good sake. Which just means that we have to upgrade this altar first to a tier 4 altar while I place the wounds, but on top of these pillars it requires large bloodstone bricks, I believe. Yeah. Which require these weak blood shards. Weak blood shards you can obtain by killing stuff with a bound blade. But to make a bound blade, we need to complete a ritual of binding upon a diamond sword. So let's do that instead then. I'm just going to borrow this master ritual stone then. Master ritual stone. And then we're going to search for the ritual. Cry, focus, song, veil of evil, requiem. It's in here somewhere. Containment, binding. Which most likely requires us to place the stone actually on top of the dirt because it probably has some things that require to go into. Yeah, those need to go on the same height as it. That should be the ritual complete. Thing is, we can't just activate it like that. For that we need an activation crystal, and a weak activation crystal to start with, which requires a lava crystal in the altar. Well, activation crystals should be easily made. Orb, oh, diamond, or the lava crystal. And then we just need to infuse it into the altar. I don't have enough life essence in there. Yeah. Let's sacrifice some more. Should I need a lot more? Yeah. And that's the activation crystal. Now I'm going to eat a little bit of bread. And wait for my hunger till my health returns, because this creates a bit of pyrotechnics and I don't like getting hit by lightning while I'm on low health. So I'm back when my health is regenerated. Hello and welcome back. I have regenerated a little bit of health now, so it should be a bit safer. We drop the blade over there. Hit. Yeah. Just about to say, I'm not too weak. I had an entire soul network full of stuff. That's the bound blade. That's the one we want. Let's put these out of fire. Well, first off, we need to bind it to us. It should be bound now. This thing hits actually pretty hard, but you need to two-hit people with it, because the first hit places a debuff on stuff, and the second hit allows you to harvest with a small percentage chance to harvest these blood shards we need. Now luckily I have marked myself some spawners to which I can instantly teleport. Let's activate it and no blood shards yet. What's in here? Oh, a witch. Why would she be in there? Come on. Come on. You can do it. Why is the block missing there? It is dark enough in here, I believe, so let's make sure. Yeah, it's relatively small chance to actually get the blood shard, so you might need to kill quite a few enemies before you actually get one of them. Come on. Spawn. Well, I'll be back when we actually have some blood shards to show you, because this is going to take a while. Let's hit these guys. Oh, there one dropped. Zombie took it from us, but okay. It even dropped two of them. Nice. Let's get back to home. And let's make these bloodstones, which is you get a lot of them for just placing a piece of stone next to a blood shard. You get 32 of them, And if we click the alt on the moment, it says tier 3. If I place on top of the pillars, this should be pickaxe ones, yes. And now click on this. Yay! It's a tier 4 altar, and because I spent a lot of capacity runes down here, it has a really big capacity on the moment. Let's put these blood runes away for safety's sake. So now we should be able to make the ritual diviner that is capable of placing these dusk runes. And for that we're also going to scavenge this ritual site a little bit. Doubt we likely need it again somewhere. Also, don't forget to deactivate the bound plate. It takes a little bit of LP from your soul network every few seconds, I believe. It's not much, but eventually you'll start noticing it. But for the next tier of ritual diviners, we need dusk elemental stuff. So I need 2 blocks of coal. That's easy. That's the easy part of this build, I guess. 2 blocks of coal shouldn't be that much of an hassle. Let's put bloodshot in here. That just requires 19 or 18, I mean, of coal. Block. Yay, vanilla Minecraft. And these demonic slates, which are upgraded imbued slates, which are upgraded reinforced slates, which will require quite a bit of LP, I guess. So let's see how much is in there. Well, it's a minor bug. If you see your blood altar slowly losing LP, it means that there is a small internal reservoir in the altar you cannot access that is slowly getting filled. But we should have enough to make that into one of the dust inscribing tools. We can already put the inscribing tool in here. I also need 2 of these to go up a few tiers. And the bound blade can go in my inventory. Let's give it plenty of LP to work with for now. Because every time you upgrade one of these to a next tier, it takes an exponentially more or greater amount of LP in your altar, which can be quite a hassle. Going from reinforced to imbued takes 5,000. To go from imbued to demonic takes 15,000. So let's remove that one because there's nowhere near 15,000 in there at the moment. So that's 2 imbued slates. But then again, I believe demonic is... Oh, you can't go to ethereal slate. Can you go any higher? No. Ethereal slates are the highest level of slates you can get. You can put these ones back in there safely. I'm not regenerating health because I'm out of hunger again. And we need 1500 in here to create these runes. So I'll be back when I, well, made these demonic slates, because that's going to take a little while with my hunger regeneration. And welcome back. I'm going to finish up making this slate. And then we can make our ritual inscriber, so it can place dusk runes and finish up this ritual. the Well of Suffering as it is called, to harm mobs for us and slowly gather LP in this altar. After which we are going to replace all these runes of sacrifice, of self-sacrifice, with runes of sacrifice. It should leave 20 or something LP in here. Yeah, that's the last demonic slate. Ritual diviners can place dusk wounds. Great. Oh. Binding, unbinding, speed, suffering. And that's the entire ritual completed. So let's put these ritual stones away for the moment. And now when we click it with a weak activation crystal, it has started. If you right click with your divination sigil, with my divination sigil, I don't notice any drops because it's not killing any mobs. But the problem is it doesn't have any mobs in here that actually kill it. I could just remove the torches in here and just let it go, but I'm going to plan to speed it up a little bit. As you can see, I found a couple of spawners and I made myself a diamond dolly from Jabba. The funny thing is with a diamond dolly is that you can pick up a mob spawner with it. So we're just going to steal this spawner and place it in here. There is one limit to this, however. The diamond dolly can only do this 6 times before it breaks, and you have to make a new one. But considering I only found 3 of them so far, 6 is more than enough. Did it drop something? Oh. Waypoints. Home again. And that should speed up the spawning quite a bit. We eventually can upgrade this by using, for example, Ender.io. Do I have any weapon like something? Just using the pickaxe works too, in a pinch. Especially if they refuse to wear armor. Because as you can see, the diamond dolly is taking damage now, and normally it doesn't. Oh, yeah, now it only has 2 pickups left. But this should speed up the spawning quite a bit. Yeah, first thing it does is spawn monsters on me. And you also see that I slowly taking damage. Oh god, where's the bloody exit is over? They're not making this easy on me. Out of there before I get killed horribly. And this should slowly be filling up. Yeah. Like you can see, every time a mob takes 1 point of damage, it gains 10 LP. That's not a lot. In fact, it's quite a little effect. So we're going to upgrade that. And now it suddenly says, well, I'm no longer a tier 4 altar. But we're going to place these runes of sacrifice in here. And that should be 8 runes of sacrifice at the moment. And that should, well, that's certainly an upgrade. So let's remove these last few of them. Oh, I didn't place stone on these. Just need to make sure I don't fall down. And as you can see, I didn't make quite enough to cover all of them. couple of more wounds of sacrifice. I need 3 more, in fact. No longer using those. So what was I used again in making the runes of sacrifice? But yeah. Capacity, efficiency, sacrifice, gold ingots, some stone, and these reinforced slates. So let's get ourselves 6 more. I need to eat some more. Six more gold ingots. Gold is in here. Now the mobs are doing the bleeding for me, which is quite nice. I no longer have to bleed myself. And some stone around this. And I probably put those in the wrong order. That should be the last 3 wounds. Let's see. Well, this produces a nice amount of LP in the moment, so... However, this ritual takes a small bit of LP every time it hurts a mob. So if you're not using the LP in the altar, you probably want to stash a blood orb that you have riding around somewhere in the altar to, well, put all those guided LP into your soul network. Then we're gonna put the last finishing touches on this altar, and that's closing up that hole that I left in there. For the moment, I'm not really worried about gathering the mob drops. I have quite a few of those anyway. I eventually will put in some kind of gathering system to reduce the lag in there. Like you can see, the ritual is running. Also, if for some reason you want to turn off the ritual, you can just place a lever on there, flick it, applying a redstone signal, and the ritual stops running. And if you turn it back on again, off again, it starts again. So I think I will wrap up this episode here. It was an episode with a lot of failing on my part, considering I forgot that that ritual requires dusk runes to be placed in there. But we now have automated LP gathering without it taking life points away from me, so that's all good. So see you guys next time. Happy gaming.